I know a guy from before my real estate days that on closing day was driving his truck to the place he just bought with all this stuff in the back, only to find out that the sellers hadn't moved out yet. In fact, they barely started packing. That is why we do final walkthroughs. Welcome everyone to a new video about real estate. For those who are new to my channel, I'm Henrick Mathieu, your Ottawa Real Estate Agent, and today we talk about final walkthroughs. What is a final walkthrough? Well, it usually takes place 1 to 3 days in advance of whenever you're getting ready to close on your new home. It gives you an opportunity to confirm that the condition of the home is actually the same condition that after you had the home inspected. After the inspection, the seller might have agreed to repair some stuff before you move in, so you show up with a checklist and confirm that all the repairs were actually completed. Another thing is, like my guy at the start of the show, to make sure that the seller actually vacated the place. Can you imagine showing up with all your stuff only to realize that the seller is eating Doritos in your living room? This is beyond insulting. Get out of my property. The reason why we do this 1 to 3 days in advance of closing is because there's a lot of moving part in a closing. Don't wait until the very last minute on closing day when you're ready to get your keys to do the final walkthrough. Because if something is not right with either the repairs or the condition of the property, it might be very difficult to delay the closing. Your lender probably did not approve a delayed closing, and that will create a massive headache and lots of stress that could have been avoided. The next thing you want to do, and again, I say you, but I'm there for the final walkthrough, so I'm the one doing this, is to bring your phone charger or an electrical outlet tester and go around the place to make sure that all the outlets are properly working. Again, it should already been tested by the home inspector, but at this point, it's all about making sure. Another pro tip, whenever you see an upside down outlet, meaning that the third prong is above the two other, like this, usually means that it's switched control. Knowing that should prevent you losing your mind trying to figure out why the hell this doesn't work. It's also always good to bring an extra light bulb as well, just in case that there's one missing. We want to make sure that it's only a missing bulb and not a bigger electrical problem. Another thing to be wary about, leftovers. Listen, not everyone has the same standards when it comes down to cleaning. Also, not everyone has the same degree of preparation when planning a big move like this one. The result is that sometimes a seller will rush everything in the 2 weeks prior to vacating the home, and the house might not be as clean as it should be. Be sure to check that fridge and cupboards and empty any leftovers before the funky smells take over. When it's a buyer's market, I try to include a clause stating that the house should be professionally cleaned before possession. Unfortunately, in a seller's market like this one, we don't necessarily have the leverage. So at this point, I'll be happy to order pizza and help you clean that place up. Okay, I know you guys are learning so much right now. What about you drop a quick like on this video right there? Okay, you guys are the best. So next thing you need to be aware of is surprises. There will always be some surprises when walking in your new home. You probably saw the home stage when you bought it, and now that it's been emptied, you'll start noticing some imperfection. The TV was mounted on the wall and now you can see a few holes. The rug was covering a little crack on the floor. The couch was hiding a stain on the wall. You need to expect those things to happen. And I'm talking about minor stuff that is easy to fix. Obviously if half the wall is missing, we might need to have a conversation with the seller at this point. Also, something that you'll need to discuss with your agent is hazardous waste materials. Popular example of this right now is the seller leaving behind some oil or paint that is not going to the house, or even bad paint. Any kind of material that you can dispose of in the trash legally, you want to get it done. Your agent will contact the listing agent and have the sellers come pick it up and dispose of it themselves. Because if it's not done prior to closing, it becomes your problem. Now, 4 more quick things that I strongly suggest you to do. Turn on all the appliances to confirm they're working properly. Open and close all the windows, again, to make sure that there's no problem there. If it's the winter, verify that the heating system is working. And if it's a summer, verify that the cooling system was working. Obviously, if the heating system is working because it's the winter, don't try and turn it off to verify the cooling system. You're gonna end up damaging the whole thing. So just verify the one that's appropriate for the season. The other one should work as well. Turn on all the faucets and sinks, obviously not all at the same time, and check for leaks. Quick tip here, fill the sinks at least half full and then let it drain. The added weight might produce a leak that simply running the water wouldn't. Doing all this is really important because the moment those papers are signed, you get the keys, this baby is yours. The final walkthrough is an essential part of due diligence, and this is not the part you want to be slacking on. This is something I do with my client for every closing, and they greatly appreciate it. Now, if you haven't done so already, guys, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'm posting stuff like this every week, and hitting that bell will notify you when I do. And just by curiosity, what is your worst moving day story? And now that we're done, you should click on one of those 2 videos here. First one is the differences between new builds and pre-home properties, and the second one is an actual tour of a $2 million home. Both good, just pick one, or even better, watch them both. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Stay classy, Ottawa.